Good evening. Please confirm. Are you able to see my screen and able to hear my voice? I can see here Vanshika, Deveshri, Achal, Richa, Ayushman, Khushi, Sanvi, and many others. Fine. Thank you, Ayushman. Hare Krishna, Ashish. So, this is your another week, and this week's schedule is in front of you. I guess you have already seen this. So, let me just read it once again. This is the week of modern maths now, right? Modern maths. And from this modern maths, all these topics you can see set theory we are going to discuss today, functions also, set theory and functions relations. And then PNC, permutation combination, probability, binomial theorem. So these are different topics of modern math, and then there will be one marathon session. And from this entire topic of modern math, you are certainly going to have 2 to 3 questions. 2 to 3 questions. 2 से 3 सवाल आपको इस टॉपिक से इस वीक से मिलने वाले हैं. And from this today's session, we are going to discuss set theory and functions as well. So specifically from functions, so you get a question. काफी सालों तक कैट में क्वेश्चन नहीं आया था फंक्शन से, because function is somewhat you study in classes 11th and 12th. So CAT is focused mainly on the topics which are there till 10th class syllabus. But some topics are there. Basically, all these topics of this modern math part, they belong to the classes after 10th, right? So because CAT is common admission test, it is a common test for all the students who have done their graduation in any of the streams. So there is no requisite, there is no prerequisite that you must have studied mathematics after 10th class, because in our country there is a freedom for that. But still this topic finds a place in your quantitative aptitude exam, CAT exam, quantitative aptitude section. And regarding set theory, that is a very famous version in your LRDA section as well, right? So that's how. So today we are going to discuss about this set theory part, and I hope this basic introduction is fine. Let's move now. Fine. Okay. आयुष्मान, राज सर का ALP सर का एक मैराथन हो गया, बस आपके मैराथन का इंतजार है. आयुष्मान, I don't know. Abhi, by the way, this time it's ALP sir, Abhishek Leela Pandey ji, and I don't know. So if I will be getting that opportunity, I will be certainly meeting you all for that marathon session with some good questions. And by the way, in today's session also, I have just gone through the questions in today's slide. So they are really good questions, and I'm certainly sure that you are going to get certain great things today. Great things. Okay, so let's start. And by the way, there is one information for all of you. So those who are already part of iQuanta, that's very nice. And if you haven't joined any of the coaching program yet, so there is one very nice opportunity for all of you. This is night class. This is a fast track batch. So this is night classes for CAT 25 for specifically busy professionals and those who are starting late, right? अगर आप अभी start करने वाले हैं या अभी start किया है, so this is one thing which can be certainly very helpful to you. And the timings are, as the name suggests, it's night classes. So it starts from midnight and up to 2. Live sessions, 24/7 doubt solving. It covers entire CAT syllabus in 100 days. So, and also it includes all the benefits which any other iQuanta student is getting. So you are going to get non-engineering QA section in your dashboard. You are going to get LRDA essentials and LRDA inception, a verbal ka module, everything is there. So this is one thing which you can look for if you haven't joined any of the preparation program yet. So that is a fast track batch. And by the way, these classes are starting today only. This fast track batch is starting today only. So this is the schedule for this week. So this today is 25th. So 25th August, Monday. So this is the class today. Numbers, classification, and factors. And then again numbers. So 4 classes of quant you can see, and then 1 class of LRDA and 1 class of verbal ability. This is the schedule for this week. Is that fine? Very nice. Some of you have already enrolled. Very nice. Vanshika, any discount for other coaching students or CAT repeaters? Baba, you are getting the opportunity to cover the entire syllabus within this compact package. This itself is a discount. So for any discount or anything, you can contact our admin team. I'm not aware about that, but yes, this is a good opportunity. Okay, let's start. Prabhat, 12 से 2 classes and 2 से 4 revision. Revision is up to you, Prabhat. Now, whenever you wish. Fine. So this will be from basic to moderate to advanced. Vanchika, in 100 days, it is a fast track batch. Now you know what is your status, है ना? So those who are starting now, and if you are aiming something high, so of course you need to put extra efforts. And by the way, the classes always start from basics. Whatever batch it is, the classes always start from basics, and it takes to the highest level. Now, where you can reach, it depends upon your present situation and also your commitment. So if you are committed, if you are ready to put efforts, certainly you are going to get great benefits. But anyhow, whatever your situation be, you are certainly going to enhance your preparation. Fine, that is the whole idea. Okay, I'm moving further. So let's start with today's topic. So here is the first question on your screen, and let me read it for you. It says, if NA, that is number of elements in set A, is 4, NB, that is number of elements in set B, is 6, then find the value of functions. Basically, number of functions it is asking about. When it says find the value of function, it means number of functions basically. Find the number of functions which can be defined from A to B which are not one-to-one. So it's a complete technical question. If you are aware about the topic, if you are aware about the sets, if you are aware about the function, what do you mean by a function A to B and which are not one function, then you can solve it very easily. Prabhat, आज probability के भी question होंगे? No, Prabhat, probability का I think you have a session tomorrow. I show you the schedule earlier, na? You have schedule for PNC and probability I think tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So today we are going to discuss sets and functions. Okay. Okay, by the way, I've got an answer here. Aryan says 9:36. Aryan was very fast to answer this. Aishman is also saying 9:36. Yeah, I hope you are not using Chat GPT or something. Nowadays, I have seen people using just take a photograph of the question and Chat GPT is ready with this work and you can get the answer. But that won't be available during examination, है ना? So I'm giving you few more seconds. I've already got 3-4 answers here. हाँ, yes, G के टाइम पढ़ा होगा exactly. Yes, these are some honest comments here. Vanchika is new to the topic and Joel confused. Thanks for being honest. And what about others? There are many others who are watching here right now live. Please be fast. I'm going to ask you, how did you get this answer? Achal, Astha, Ayushman? Yes, please write. And I would request Aryan first. Aryan is the first one to give the answer. Aryan, can you please explain your thinking? Yes, Rakesh, you don't know what is the meaning of one function. Right, we are going to discuss all these things. So, Aryan, can you please explain a little bit? How did you get your answer? Ayushman is writing 6 to the power 4 for total number of functions. Very nice. And then you are subtracting the functions which are one function, right, Ayushman? Good working, Ayushman. Yes, exactly, understood. Nice, that's a good way. Aryan, can you share your strategy? And the others kon hai? I have seen the answer. Achal and somebody else was also there. Yes, Astha. आर्यन रोते काहे को हो भाई? क्या किए हो थोड़ा सा बता दो. so that others can take benefit. Anyhow, I'm going to discuss the question, but it would be good to know how did you answer. So Achal says total functions minus one of the functions. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Good. Okay, RN. ठीक है, net का problem है, no issues, no issues. Fine. Okay, so I have seen the comments by here Ayushman and Achal. They have used the same method, and yes, Aryan also has I think done the same thing. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, now coming back to how to solve it. So there are various terms. First, let's start with the very basic things, right? So I am not expecting any previous knowledge from you. If you have previous knowledge, so those who had, they had already given the answers and they have explained it perfectly also. There is no flaw in that. I don't remember the answer. We will just calculate. So, and there are many who are honest, who do not know what is the meaning of this 1 somebody asked, right? And what is the meaning of function? What is this A to B? What is N A, N B? So let's understand. When I say N of A is 4, by the way, I mentioned it earlier also, it means the number of elements in set A, that is 4. Fine. अब ये क्या होता है? So let's consider this is one of the set. ठीक है, I am making this circle here. So this represents, let's say, set A. तो इस set A में कितने elements हैं? That is denoted by this N of A. And it is mentioned there are 4 elements. So what are those 4 elements? Let me write A1, A2, A3, A4. Something like that. ठीक है, so these are the 4 elements in set A. I have just written down this NA equals to 4. Is that fine? One chick after today's class will be proficient in this. I don't know, but yes, you should be better at least, right? What you are right now, you should be better than that, one chica. I can assure you for that. Fine, I don't know about proficiency. That's a big term, but yes, you will be better. Fine. Okay, is that part clear? So number of elements in set A is 4. Similarly, number of elements in set B is 6. So this is another set, another group of elements, and this set is known as set B, and it has got 6 elements. What are those 6 elements? I don't know. So let me call B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, like that. Fine. Now, so these are the 2 sets and they are having that many elements. Fine. Now next term is function. What is the meaning of function? Function क्या होता है? Ayushman is writing each element in set has 6 possibilities. Yes, exactly Ayushman. So now what is a function? So when I say function which can be defined from A to B, so mathematically it is written like this: functions which are defined from A to B. Like this, the functions which go from A to B, where A and B both are real numbers. You are talking about functions on real numbers, of course. So whatever these elements are, so but there is A to B. It means that for every element, whenever I'm using the term function, it means for every element of this set A, this first set, it must have an image or it must have a connecting element in this corresponding set B. I repeat, फिर से ध्यान से सुनो बात को कि for every input, these values, these elements of set A, they are acting as inputs. So function is just like a machine. Function is just like a machine. It's a function here. This is some function. This is just like a machine. You put you give some values here. These are called input values, and there are some output values which you receive by applying this function. Fine. So this set of output is set B here, and this input values, they belong to the set A now. Fine. That is the meaning of set A to B. So when I say function, it means for every input, listen very carefully, for every input, there must be exactly one output. I repeat, for every input, that means for every element here, whatever is being used as an input, there must be exactly one output. Let me point it here. For every input, there is exactly one output. I'm writing it in capital letters, one output. Is that part clear? So A1 is to be connected with any one of them exactly. So how many options are there? 6, right? As Ayushman clearly mentioned here. So for A1, we have got 6 choices. It could be connected with B1 or B2 or B3 or B4, B5, B6, like that. Same way, A2 also has 6 options. A3 also has 6 options. A4 also has 6 options. Is that clear? So if there is no other constraint, that's fine. So every element is to have exactly one output. So now every is that also important word. There cannot be any element which is not connected to any one of them. So this every is also very important. So for every input we have an output and exactly one output. There can't be more than one outputs. This one element cannot be connected to more than one elements of set B. Fine, but different elements of this set A, they can connect to same element of set B. That is allowed. That is allowed. I hope it is fine. That's it. That is the meaning of functions. So without this constraint of 1 1, I'm leaving out this 1 1 as many of you already done that. So 1 1 की बात एक बार छोड़ दें. So number of functions is going to be the mapping of the elements of set A and set B. So such that every element of set A is exactly having a connection, exactly one connection, one output. So A1 has got 6 options, A2 also has got 6 options, A3 also has got 6 options, and A4 also has got 6 options. So total how many arrangements? That is 6 power 4, which is nothing but 1, 2, 9, 6. Is that okay? I hope it is fine. ठीक है ना? Ayushman, fine. Tejaswini function fx ठीक है. What next? Ashish, each input exactly one output. Exactly, Ashish. Devishri, relation between elements between A and B. Exactly. Okay. Prabhat ji, kahe muh banaye ho? Have you followed this? Is that fine? Let's move further now. So is that point clear? Please confirm, everyone. Have you understood the meaning of function? What is the meaning of function? And what does it practically it implies? And how to apply it to get the number of functions? That thing is clear to everyone? Okay, now in this question there is one extra condition that we are looking for the functions which are not 1 1. Now what does this mean? Now this is something another thing. Listen carefully now. So 1 1 function. So 1 1 function kitne banenge, that we need to subtract. Now what is the meaning of this 1 1 function? So now there are some different kinds of functions, and as I was telling you in the beginning कि पहले CAT में ये functions वाले question नहीं आते थे, but I think 2014-15 के आसपास से every year, almost every year, we are getting at least one question. This is a sort of counting question only, right? We are just counting the number of functions. So this is a sort of counting question, PNC question in a way you can say. But in terms of functions, so you need to be aware of these terms related to function. तो ये 1 1 function का क्या मतलब होता है? 1 1 function means when this condition will be satisfied for sure, but extra condition is that each element, each input element is connected to exactly one element of the output. That is the same thing, but extra thing is that output must be different. Output must be different. Are you getting that? ठीक है, आउटपुट मस्ट बी डिफरेंट. इसको कैसे समझे? अगर आप अभी करंट भाषा में बात करें तो ये 4 फ्रेंड हैं. These are the 4 friends here, and these are also 4 friends. They can be of different genders. Let's assume they are of different genders. ये same gender के हैं, ये same gender के हैं, right? So when we are talking about functions, तो function condition was that these 4 persons they are to catch one friend of opposite gender, of different gender, exactly one friend out of these. ठीक है ना? That was the thing. So A1 is being connected with B1. Fine. So this person is connecting with exactly one person, and A2 is also to connect with exactly one. It is quite possible that A2 is also connecting with B1 because that is not the constraint here. All right. And same way A3 is also connecting with B1. A4 is also connecting with B1. That was allowed in this counting, right? So when we have counted is 1 to 9, 6. So it allows all such kind of connections. But now when we say 1 1, it clearly is, it's clearly visible now. 1 1 now means bhaiya 1 to 1 only, right? So not more than one element of this input set can have connection with same element of the output set. Is that clear now? I hope it should be very clear now. It should be very clear. So 1 1 function means I need to remove all the cases. If we want not 1 1, so let's calculate the 1 1 cases, 1 1 functions, and then subtract from this. ठीक है ना? Have you understood the meaning of this 1 1 part? अच्छा, आशीष सर ने सेम एग्जांपल दिया था. This is the simplest one, आशीष. आइंदर जी ने सेम एग्जांपल दिया होगा exactly. So this is the simplest example to understand. So yes. Okay, fine. Now let's calculate 1 functions, and we will subtract the number of 1 functions from this quantity, and we'll get our answer. Fine. Now, how to calculate 1 function? Now, it's a very simple thing. Here we are having 4 elements, and every element must be connected. Every element must be connected, and because it is to be 1, it means exactly 4 different elements of this set are required. Right? Exactly 4 elements of this set are required. So which 4 elements are to be used for connection? We need to select them. Can you tell me in how many ways can I select 4 elements from this? So there are 6 available. Out of 6, you are to select only 4 elements, or you can say 2 are to be discarded, right? 2 are to be discarded. So 6C2 or 6C4 are the number of ways in which we can select exactly 4 elements out of this to be connected with 4 different elements of set A. Is that fine? Yes, 64. Yes, exactly, Tejaswini. Or we can say 62. The same thing. So 6C4 I'm writing right now. So I'm selecting 4 elements from this set B, which are to be connected individually with 4 different persons. So now we have 4 elements of set A and 4 elements of set B, and everyone is to just connect with exactly 1 different person, right? 1 different person. Only one connections are there. So it's obvious they just need to be arranged. In how many ways can you arrange them? Can you tell me? Now we are having, let's say, 4 boys and 4 girls, and each boy is to connect with exactly 1 different girl this time. So how many ways? In how many ways you can arrange them? It's 4 factorial. Not 64 only, 4 factorial also. हाँ, ये 4 factorial क्यों है? PNC नहीं पढ़ा है वंशिका जी. That's why I said I can't commit that you would become proficient just by after this class. I think in next class you are going to study about PNC as well. But these are the basic things, and they appear in CAT. So basically, Vanshika, समझ लो, अभी समझ जाओगी. मुझे ये बताओ. Now there are 4 persons here. Let me draw this. So we are having 4 elements: A1, A2, A3, A4. So we have selected the 4 elements from here. So there will be one case. Let's say the 4 elements are B1, B2, B3, B4. So B1, B2, B3, B4. Now, can you tell me A1 is to connect with any one of them? How many choices A1 has? 4 choices, right? It could be with B1 or B2 or B3 or B4, 4 choices, right? So let's say A1 got connected with B1, right? It could be with B2, B3, B4 also. The 4 choices are there. So out of that, one is B1. So let's consider this case. So when A1 is connected with B1, now how many choices does this person A2 has got? 3 choices, right? So 4 into 3 more cases. So total 12 cases have become so far. Now in this going by the same manner, so 1 choices has been used now with B2. So now A3 is left with the remaining 2 choices now, because 2 choices have already been taken by A1 and A2. So now A3 has got 2 more choices. Now A4 has no choice. The remaining person is the only one with which A4 is going to be associated. So A4 has got only 1 choice, and that is called 4 factorial. Fine. Now let's simply calculate this. So 64, if you don't know, it is 6 factorial by 4 factorial, 2 factorial. So the formula goes like this. Vanshika and others, those who do not know the formula, it is NCR. By the way, can you people tell me, formula I'm writing, it is n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. That is a formula for NCR, and many of you already know this. But those you know also, my question to all of you, can you tell me what does this NCR signify? इसका मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of NCR? That's fine. So 6P4 also you can use there. Butter masala ji. But tell me, by the way, I personally prefer to use NCR. I don't prefer NPR. I prefer to use NCR, and then I can do the arrangement part. Anyhow, otherwise it is fine. A number of selection from what? From what? R out of which R is repeated. R out of n of which R is repeated. R is repeated का क्या मतलब Ayushman? That's not correct. Not correct. Choosing R out of n. That's partial thing, Rakesh. That's partial thing. What is the complete thing? NCR is National Capital Region. वाह वाह शिवाय, very good. ये लिख के आना, cat clear है भैया. Selecting n things from R, distinct things. Exactly. That's the point. Good one, Ashish. Ashish Bhardwaj. So everyone be careful. It is selecting R things out of n. That's fine. But that is a partial thing. That is half thing. Most important thing is that these n things must be distinct or different. These n are distinct things. यानी कि डिफरेंट थिंग्स। तो n अलग अलग चीजों में से r चीजों को छांटना, सेलेक्ट करना, उसकी नंबर ऑफ वेज that is determined by this formula NCR, and the formula goes like this. Fine. So if the things are not distinct, in that case you cannot apply this relation. याद करना तो आसान है, right? But while applying, if you do not know the things behind this, then it's very easy that you can commit mistake. Fine. So always remember this part. So NCR formula you already remember, और या अब आपको मालूम हो गया, याद हो गया है. But this NCR is for selection of R things out of n distinct things. ठीक है? So always remember that. Selecting R things from n, yes, exactly. So this must be different. Is that fine? Okay, let's move further now. So let's calculate this here. So 64, मैंने चलो लिख ही लिया है, यहीं पे लिखते हैं फिर से. So 64 was this 6 factorial by 4 factorial 2 factorial, right? And this basically 4 factorial is being multiplied, so it got cancelled. So finally it is 6 factorial by 2 factorial only. 6 factorial is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Divided by, we are having 2 factorial, which is 2 into 1, so this got cancelled. So remaining, how much it is? 6 into 3, 18, 18 into 20, that is 360. So 1296 minus 360, it clearly is 936, and this indeed is the right answer. So all the students who answered very quickly, very fast, and they gave the right answer, because it is not a difficult question. Only 2 terms, 2 values you need to calculate, and finally you got your answer. Is that okay? So I hope with this one question we have revised the entire part. What is the meaning of set? What is the meaning of elements? And what is the meaning of function? And now in the function also we have understood what is the meaning of this 1-1 function. Okay, we have also understood the meaning of 1-1 function. Tejaswini is asking, why are we multiplying by 4 factorial? Tejaswini ji, when I did 64, we only selected 4 elements, that is B1, B2, B3, B4. लेकिन इनका गठबंधन भी तो कराना है ना तेजस्विनी. हमने 4 लोग ये छांट लिए, 4 लोग ये छांट लिए, भैया इनका ब्याह कराना है ना. We need to get them engaged, we need to get them connected, right? So but who is going to connect with which one, that needs to be done. That's it. That's what we did in 4 factorial ways. Fine. Okay, let's move further to the next question. Everyone ready? Everyone ready for the next question? Please confirm. Yes, sure. Okay, let's move further. Okay, here it is. A set K contains X, Y, Z, W. This is the W, right? There should be gap here basically. A set K contains X, Y, Z, W, and some other elements. The sum of the number of proper subsets of K. Now this is one term, proper subsets of K, and the number of subsets of K that contains X, Y, W but not Z is 33. Find the value of Nk. You know the meaning of this Nk. It is number of elements in set K. Okay, please try to solve. You are supposed to solve the question. Somebody is playing with. पहली बार YouTube चलाए हो? I'm thinking about what will happen to you in CAT. Yes, answer please. Got it? No answer so far? I'm giving exactly 1 more minute. Please don't get distracted with any other unnecessary things. Just focus on the question. Yuvraj, yes, that's fine. Number of proper subsets will be 2 power n minus 1. That's perfectly fine. That was the only thing required, Yuvraj. बाकी चीज तो फिर कर सकते हैं ना? If you understand the meaning of proper subset, if you know the meaning of subsets, that's it. That was the only thing required. याद नहीं आ रहा. Okay, everyone got stuck. आयुष्मान को आगे याद नहीं आ रहा. केस बना के कर रहा. प्रभात अटक गए हैं. अचल भी अटक गए हैं. Okay. What about others? Anyone? पिछली बार कोई तो एक और था. आस्था, I guess. आस्था. Are you able to answer? Are you working on this? By the way, this is an easier question than previous one. I told you I just got overview of all the questions and I found this one easier than the previous question, which many of you already answered. Okay, let's see then. Let's see. So here we need to first understand what is the meaning of subset. So set जैसे हमने पिछले क्वेश्चन में बात किया था, we are having certain elements in a set. So that combination of elements, that is called a set, right? That combination of elements, that is called a set. For example, I'm taking an example first. So if I'm having a set A, for example, I'm having a set A, and this set A contains, let's say, some numbers, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm taking only these 4 numbers. Exactly, wonderful, Sahil. I've got one answer. Sahil ने at least कुछ answer लिखा. Yuvraj also has got some answer. Nice. Okay, let's see here, everyone. So those who are unaware about the topic, because there are many students, those students also, those who are unaware about the topic at all, है ना, पढ़ा ही नहीं कभी, no problem. So we have got different answer, by the way. Some are saying 5, some are saying 6. Joel is saying 6. Anyway, let's see here. So A is certain set which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements, right? So now what is the meaning of subset? Subset mean a smaller set or another set which is entirely contained in this set A. I repeat, subset उसको बोलते हैं एक ऐसा set which is entirely contained in this set A. Fine. So if you talk about the largest subset possible, that would be this entire set, right, which is having all the 4 elements, and any smaller subset, so that would be maybe out of 4 elements it is having only 3 elements, right? Which 3? It could be leaving 4 the remaining 3, leaving 3 remaining 3, leaving 2 other 3, and leaving 1 the remaining 3. There are 4 elements, 4 subsets possible with 3 elements, right? And there could be subsets which are having only 2 elements, right? 1, 2, or 1, 3, or 1, 4, or 2, 3, or 2, 4, like that. And there could be subsets which are having only 1 element, right? So it could be either only 1 or only 2, only 3, only 4. And also having no element at all is also a subset. That is called null set or phi set sometimes. So basically when I'm talking about subsets of A, so ये क्या क्या होंगे? So this will be a null set, that means an empty set, or it could be having only 1 element, that means only the element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4. Fine. What else? I could have two elements, that means element 1 and 2, maybe 1 and 3, maybe 1 and 4, then 2 and 3, then 2 and 4, and finally 3 and 4 also. Fine. Okay, what if we are having 3 elements? So in that case, leaving 4, I could have 1, 2, 3 in this subset. I could leave 3. In that case, I would be having 1, 2, 4. If I leave 2, then I would be having 1, 3, 4. If I leave 1, then I would be having 2, 3, 4. Fine. So these are all the subsets which are having 3 elements, and largest it could be a set which is having all the 4 elements, basically set A only. So set A is also subset of itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all called subsets of set A. Is that fine? Subsets. Is that clear? Student G, sir, in the night fast track batch will only question be solved or concepts will also be solved? Student G, what do you see here? Here I am only solving questions, I am telling the concepts also. Of course, I am telling the concepts also. So same way, point is that you must learn, alright? If you know something previously, that's very nice, that is going to be helpful. And if you don't know, so don't worry, you will be getting the knowledge here. Okay? So you won't be missing anything. Okay, Evo Prince, I am giving CAT this year, I have got 72% in college, and 12th, and 10th and 12th, 71% in 12th, and can I get into Ahmedabad? Evo Prince CAT bhi dena padega uske liye with a good score, right? With a good score. So yes, your academic profile you cannot change, है ना? So I won't give you any fancy hopes or something. So whatever your past is there, that is past. You can't change it. But what you can do presently is to work on yourself now, right? So now you have got your written test, which is a CAT, and after that you are going to have the next round, which is the interviews and GDs and whatever things are there. Fine. So work on them, and yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Right? Don't worry. Okay, move further here. So is that part clear? So if I ask you what is the total number of subsets here for this element A, set A, we can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? There are exactly 16 subsets of this set A. So set A had exactly how many elements? 4. And number of subsets, if you see, number of subsets, that is 16, which is actually 2 raised to power this number of elements. Fine. So that is the important relation here that you will always see. Is that clear? So that's how we can calculate the number of subsets of any set. We need to know only the number of elements contained, right? If number of elements are 4, the number of subsets is 2 power 4, 16. Fine. So we took this example and we counted that. By the way, there is one more way to understand this. So rather than calculating, rather than writing all the subsets, what we could have done, we could have thought in that way. Listen carefully now. हम ऐसे भी सोच सकते थे that the subset which I am going to frame in that subset, whether this element would be included or not. Listen carefully. This element 1 could be there in the subset or it could not be. There are only 2 options possible. Yes or no? Yes or no? Please tell me. उस सबसेट में element 1 या तो होगा या नहीं होगा. Is anything else possible? No. With regard to element 1, only these are 2 options. या तो it is included or it is not included. Fine. Exactly same way for element 2 as well. It is included or not. For element 3, again included or not. For element 4, also included or not. Right? So the 2 ways into 2 into 2 into 2, that makes it 2 power 4, and it includes the case when everyone is not included, that is null set or empty set. And it also includes those cases when every element has been included, that means the entire set itself. Fine. So that's how this is the situation, that the number of subsets is given by 2 raised to power number of elements in the set. Fine. Okay, so this was the meaning about subset. Now the term here uses proper subset. What is the meaning of this proper subset? So proper subset, when we say, so we exclude the set itself. We exclude the set itself. So number of subsets is basically 2 raised to power n if the number of elements are n. And for proper subset, what we do, we subtract the set itself. So the number of proper subset becomes 2 raised to power n minus 1. Till this point, is it clear to everyone? No, Ayushman, no null set. Null set is there, but the entire set is not there. Entire set is not there. Okay? But anyhow, the thing is same. We subtract one. We subtract one subset. Is that clear till this point? Fine. Vanchika, it felt like coding. Coding is logic only. Mathematics sets. That's it. Okay, Evoji, sir, a student have to get 77 average percentage in my class 10th and 12th. So, Eva Prince ji, I think you can connect with our admission team and the counseling team. They will be better guide you regarding all the aspects. So don't worry about that. And अब अगर आप बोल रहे हैं कि कैट इज अहमदाबाद इज सेइंग कि मुझे एवरेज 77 चाहिए, मेरा तो है ही नहीं, मेरा 73 ही है, सो मैं कैट भी क्यों दूं? सो दैट कुड बी योर लॉजिक. तो फिर तो जीना छोड़ देंगे क्या? ऐसा तो नहीं करेंगे ना. सो यू नीड टू गेट टू द बेस्ट ability, best thing wherever is possible with your credentials, isn't it? So we just work for that. Just work for that, right? So I would suggest you to please connect to our counseling team. They will be certainly helping you regarding all these aspects. Okay. By the way, we have many sessions, regular sessions are held on our YouTube channel. Also, you can find many previous videos also regarding that. So regarding your profile and to evaluate your profile basically. Okay, let's come to the question now. It says a set K contains X, Y, Z, W and some other elements. So basically, I need to identify these some other elements. कितने और elements हैं? And that is the final question basically. Find the value of NK, that is number of elements in set K. So number of elements in set K is this 4 plus some more, right? 4 plus some more. So this total elements जितने भी हुए ये, अगर इनको मैं some other elements को let's say A number of elements बोल देता हूं, A number of elements बोल देता हूं, तो total elements कितने हो गए? A plus 4. A plus 4. So basically I need to calculate the value of A plus 4. That is my question. Is that clear? So our question is to calculate the value of A plus 4. That is our question. And this some other elements, A is unknown to me. That we need to find out based on this second sentence now. Okay? Okay, let's see the sentence. It says the sum of the number of proper subsets of K. Now I know the number of elements in set K is A plus 4. So what would be the number of proper subsets? So in place of n, I just need to put A plus 4. So it would be 2 raised to power A plus 4 minus 1. Fine. That is the number of proper subsets of K. Next, I need to add something, right? To find the sum of this number of proper subsets and, so let me put plus, and kya hai? And the number of subsets of K, so which one? That contain X, Y, W, but not Z. I told you that how did I got this value 2 raised to power number of elements here? So that every element is to be included or not, included or not. So they got two choices. But in this particular case, what it is saying, the subsets which contain X. So for X, there is only one choice. For Y, again only one choice, that it is included. For W, again only one choice, that it is included. And for Z, again only one choice, that it is not included. Are you getting that? So how many subsets will be there? It only depends upon this number of other elements A, right? So we all of these elements have got exactly two options. So the number of subsets of this kind would be simply 2 power A. So I need to add this part here, and this sum is given equal to, this sum is 33. That's it. So this sum is 33. So we need to simplify this part to figure out the value of A, and finally our answer is simply A plus 4. Is that clear? Can you simplify now? Many of you were stuck there. Please solve it now. Please find the value of A from this equation and then get me the answer. Answer would be A plus 4. Please solve it fast. शिवाय 2 power A कैसे आया? शिवाय 2 power A ऐसे आया ना? We know the number of elements, number of subsets is 2 power n, where n is the number of elements, right? And why we got this? Because each of the n elements had got two choices. So in this case, we are looking for subsets of K that contain X, Y, W, but not Z. So X के लिए only one choice, Y के लिए only one choice, W के लिए only one choice, Z के लिए also only one choice. But the other elements A, they have got two choices each. That's how we got this 2 power A. ठीक है ना? Evo Prince is again saying I'm in Indore right now, but yeah, going to give CAT exam this year and I wanted to upgrade my college. Evo, I understood your problem, but the technical part you are saying regarding the average marks and all, so I'm not exactly aware about that. That's why I can't comment specifically for that. But as I said, you can just work on your present situation. What is past is past. Can you change those previous marks? No. Can you change the criteria of IIMs? Again, no, it's beyond your control. Simple. Okay. Fine, let's move further. Prabhat ji is saying something. राज सर की क्लास है, उसके बाद भी राज सर की क्लास है, उसके बाद राज सर की क्लास है. भाई राज सर को पैसा कमाना है आपका भला करके. ठीक है, फाइन. ओके, लेट्स मूव फर्दर. सो आई होप इट इज डन. ए कितना आया? A is 2. नहीं तेजस्विनी, A is 1. Yes, A is coming out to be 1. Sahil, good. A is coming out to be 1. अरे by putting the number only you can check. By putting the numbers only you can check. A is coming out to be 1. If I put A equals to 1, so 2 power 1 is 2, right? 2, and this is minus 1, that makes it plus 1. And if I am putting A is 1, so 1 plus 4 is 5, to 2 power 5 is 32, so 32 plus 1, 33. A is coming out to be 1, not 2. Tejaswini, please recheck. So A is coming out to be 1. So one way is I have just substituted the value and verified. That's fine. You're welcome, Prince. So A is 1. A is 1. I've just substituted the value and verified. And by the way, how to solve if you don't put the value and verify? There's no harm, by the way. But if you take 2 power A common from this, so we can take 2 power A common. So this would be 2 power 4, that is 16. And plus 1, that is 17. And this minus 1 I can take on the other side, that would make it 33 plus 1, that is 34. So 17 2s are 34. Acha, I think Tejaswini ne ye calculate kar liya. Tejaswini, I think you calculate this part. 2 power A is 2. A is not 2. 2 power A is 2, which is basically 2 power 1. And that gives you same thing, that A is 1. Fine? I think Tejaswini ye calculate kiya, 2 power A is 2. I hope it is fine. So A is 1, so our answer would be A plus 4. So N of K is actually A plus 4, which is 1 plus 4, that is 5. So this is the final answer. Fine. Yes, let's move to the next question. Ready, everyone? Is that clear, by the way? Is it clear to everyone? Yes, let's move further. So here's the next question. Again belonging to set, and again 1-1 functions. We have already talked about this. Now please answer it fast. And that will clear. Vanchika, are you here? Vanchika or Yashika, who was there? Now let's see, have you become proficient or not? You should be able to do this question now. We have talked about only 1-1 functions and all these things. Please calculate this and get me the answer. Okay, I've got my one answer. Siddhant Mishra says 30. Yes, Rakesh, 8C5 into what? क्या करना था? You are missing. Rakesh, this is incomplete. Yes, we already did this. So out of these 8 girls, I need to select 5. And we need to arrange them also, right? We need to connect them also. Yes, 5 factorial, exactly. So 8C5 into 5 factorial. Wonderful. Yes, that's it, Yuvraj. Good. So all things we have already done. So these are 5 elements in A, and they need to be connected with exactly one element of set B, right? So from these 8 elements, first I need to select the 5 elements. That could be done in 8C 5 ways. And now we have got 5 elements here, 5 elements here. Now each of them is to be connected to an individual, different individual, and that could be done in 5 factorial ways. That's it. So let's simplify. So it is nothing but 8 factorial, 5 factorial, 3 factorial into 5 factorial. That got cancelled. So remaining terms can be multiplied. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 factorial, right? 3 to 1, and that is 3 factorial. That got cancelled. So remaining things can be multiplied. So 8 7s are 56, 56, and this is 20. That makes it 1120, 1120 into 6, right? 1120 into 6 would be how much? 672, isn't it? 56 into 1120, 1120 into 6, 72. 6 या तो 6720, ठीक है ना? अच्छा एक और गड़बड़ कर दिया मैंने क्या? 40320, हाउ मच इट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी? 6720 इज फाइन, हाँ सही है 6720, यस इट इज 6720, फाइन फाइन, ठीक है, गुड गुड, लेट्स मूव फर्दर, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ, next question now, yes, now this time it is asking about onto function, onto function, see can you answer this? So by the way, let me tell you, or let's wait, let me see if you can answer this, or can you tell me what is the meaning of onto function so that everyone can understand and then try to find the answer. What is the meaning of this onto function? So when we say onto function, so basic function conditions are already there, right? Remember we made set A, set B, and we were mapping them, right? We are mapping them. Let's make use of this same data only. So number of elements in A is 6. There are 6 elements. Let's call them A1, A2, A3 like that. A3, A4, A5, A6, something like this. And this set B has got 4 elements. Let's call them like maybe B1, B2, B3, B4. Fine. So function तो हमें मालूम है that every element is to be connected with exactly one element. Which one? Anyone, right? But what is the meaning of this onto now? Onto का क्या मतलब है? Can anyone tell me please? What is the meaning of this onto function? Function we understand, we know this, that every element of A must have exactly one connecting element in set B, right? Now whether it is different, that was 1 and if it is there is no such condition, that is normal function, just function. But what is the meaning of this onto function? Here there is no condition of 1 being here. Here condition is about onto function. Onto का क्या मतलब है? सारे elements must have at least one value on B. आयुष्मान में तो नॉर्मल बात थी ना, हर एलिमेंट ए का जो एलिमेंट है दैट विल बी हैविंग एग्जैक्टली वन कनेक्शन इन बी. आई थिंक कुछ उल्टा लिख दिया आपने. ऑन टू फंक्शन में कोड डोमेन का हर एलिमेंट कवर हो जाता है, कोई भी खाली नहीं बचता. एग्जैक्टली सिद्धांत, टू और मोर ऑफ ए कनेक्टेड टू सिंगल बी. नो दैट इज नॉट नेसेसरी सिद्धांत, दैट्स नॉट द राइट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो बट यस व्हाट आशीष हैज रिटन, दैट इज परफेक्टली फाइन. लिसन वेरी केयरफुली. सो हमने बात की थी फंक्शन का मतलब था दैट एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ ए इज टू बी कनेक्टेड to exactly one element in the set B. Now which is that element? It could be any, right? While there was no constraint on the elements of set B, right? Set B के सारे एलिमेंट यूज हुए हैं या नहीं हुए हैं, वो एक से ही कनेक्टेड हैं या एक से ज्यादा से कनेक्टेड हैं. There was no constraint, right? That was the basic function. But when I am talking about onto function, now condition is that no element in set B can be unconnected. I repeat, when I'm talking about onto function, it means these all elements capture this entire set B. No element of set B is unconnected, right? Let me write like this. Onto function means no element of set B, no element of set B is unconnected. और सीधी भाषा में बात करें तो every element of set B is connected, right? Every element of set B is having certain connection in set A. That's it. Fine. Okay. Yes, exactly, Ayushman. So B must have at least one connection in set A. Exactly. So each element of set B is having a connection in set A. अब उनका एक से connection जरूरी नहीं है. Of course नहीं हो सकता, right? ज्यादा से होगा. Okay, Sahil is asking something. Derangement concept include. कहाँ पे Sahil? You're asking about today's session or what? In today's session, by the way, derangement is not there. I don't know. Maybe in PNC class it maybe. So, but in today's session, derangement topic is not there, and in this question also, derangement is not to be used here. I hope it is fine. What is the meaning of onto function? Now you have to calculate, right? Now please get the answer. We have understood about the topic here. Now find the answer. Yuvraj is writing something 6 factorial into 4. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. युवराज बाबू कैसे किए हो? Have you got this answer? I don't understand this. 6 factorial into 4. See, we know that each of these elements needs to be connected, and each element of B also must be connected. There could not be any element which is not connected. No, these are not the right answers, Siddhant. Yes, Ayushman, perhaps it appears to be close. How have you done in this, Ayushman? कैसे किया? क्या किया है ये? Aditya, 64 into 4 factorial. Aditya, I cannot leave two elements of set A. They also need to be connected, na? So when you are saying 64, that means out of these 6 elements, you are selecting 4 elements and you are arranging them one each. That was not necessary. Total function निकाल के remove all in which one or more has been not connected to one or more. ठीक है, बढ़िया, ठीक है Ayushman. Okay, let's see now. So Ayushman has used the reverse process to calculating all the functions, and he is subtracting those functions which are not making it onto function. That is fine. So that means कि सारे elements से connect ना हो पाए, but there is a chance of getting a mistake there. Now let's do it in forward direction. So we have understood the meaning of onto function. I am giving you another analogy. Now try to understand it that way. कि these are the 4 boxes. Let me write this. These are the 4 boxes, and these are the 6 balls. These 6 balls are to be put in these 4 boxes with the condition that no box is empty. I repeat, ये 6 balls हैं. These 6 balls are to be put in these 4 boxes, and when I'm talking about onto function, so no box can remain empty. Is that clear? No box can remain empty. So we are having 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So these are the elements of set B, right? Now no box can remain empty because we are going to have these balls into these boxes. All these 6 balls, they must be put in exactly one of the box. These balls must be put in exactly one of the box, right? So now ball A1 could go in any 4 of them, any one of these 4, and A2 can go again in any one of these 4, like that. So, but can I put all these 6 balls into same box? That could have been the case, but when I am talking about onto function, it means no box is to be empty. So हर box में कुछ ना कुछ balls तो जानी ही चाहिए. Fine. So it is a complete question of that arrangement only, right? In your PNC topic, we call it grouping and distribution, right? We call it grouping and distribution. So first we are going to group these 6 balls. So इनकी grouping क्या क्या हो सकती है? Can you tell me? In what could be the number of balls in these 4 boxes? Can you break this 6 balls into 4 parts such that no number is empty, no box is having blank? Yes, at least one ball in each box, exactly. आयुष्मान सब में एक बॉल डाल दें फिर अरेंज करें, गड़बड़ हो सकती है. That's what I'm saying. First tell me the number of balls to be put. अब उसके बाद अरेंज कर लेंगे, क्योंकि because we need to also select that which balls are to be put in which box. That arrangement will also be there. So first tell me the number exact. Divide this 6 into 4 parts. Yes, good. So that's one case possible. Ayushman has written 3, 1, 1, 1. So 3, 1, 1, 1. That is a possible arrangement of number of balls. What else? Yes, very nice. So another thing is only thing 2, 2, 1, 1. Nothing else, right? Nothing else. That's it, right? So only these 2 different groupings are possible. Now I need to do this arrangement, do this distribution. Fine. Okay. So let's see in how many ways I can group the balls like that. By the way, remember that all these 6 balls are different. They are not same. So out of the 6 balls, I need to keep 3 balls together, right? Which 3? In 63 ways. Fine. And other 3 balls, they would be put in the separate boxes. So basically, I have got the 4 groups. One group containing 3 balls that have been separated, and the other 3 balls are going to be used as a separate part, separate component. So we are having 4 components now, and they are to be arranged in 4 boxes. So that could be done in 4 factorial ways. Is that fine? That is the first part here. So 63 into 4 factorial. Is that clear? Is that clear? Right. Let's move further. Let's move for the second part. Hi, yes, Sahil, you are using that inclusion and exclusion principle. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But do it without any mistake. That's the issue. So there is very chance you have misused here, Sahil. you haven't included the C part here. So there's a problem here. That's why I am trying to avoid that. Let's see here. Understand it. I'm going forward way here. So this is the first part we have calculated, that 3 balls in one box and the other 3 balls, 1 in each, right? So we are going to have these 4 parts, and they can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. So to make these 4 parts or 4 groups, what I have done, I have selected 3 balls out of 6 in 63 ways, and remaining 3 balls are the 3 different groups. That's it. Okay, let's come to the second part now. So now I need to make 2 groups of 2 balls each. So one group can be selected of 2 balls in 62 ways, isn't it? Yes, it is 62. Ayushman, there is one mistake here. What you have done is very nice, but it is not perfect. So out of 6 balls, I can select 2 balls in 62 ways. Out of the remaining 4 balls, I can select 2 more balls in 42 ways, right? And the remaining 2 balls will remain as a separate groups, right? This could be the situation, but it is not. Why? Because these 2 groups of balls, they could arrange among themselves. There would be repetition of cases. So remove that repetition, I need to divide this quantity by 2 factorial. So these are the ways of grouping. Now we have got the 4 groups. Now they can be arranged in the 4 boxes as same way as earlier in 4 factorial ways. So this is the final part. So Ayushman missed to put this 2 factorial. So remember that part. Whenever you are making group of equal size, in that case, their repetition cases would also be included here, and we need to remove that. Okay? So why I have divided with 2 factorial? Because there are 2 groups of equal sizes. This 2 is not because of this 2. Remember that. This is also very minute point, but very important, critical point. This 2 factorial is not because of this 2. It is because of these 2 groups of equal sizes. That why it is 2 factorial. Okay? Okay, Ayushman wants to see an example of repetition. बिल्कुल आयुष्मान जी, ऐसा मान लेते हैं, when I am saying 62, so 62 में मैंने select किया A1 A2 का एक group, right? And then in 4C2 maybe A3 A4 got selected, right? That becomes a second group, and the remaining 2 balls, they are acting as a separate group, A5 and A6. Is that fine? That is one case of 4 groups included in this counting 64 into 4C4. Fine. Okay, in the same 64 4C2, let's 62 4C2, there could be another case. In 62, in spite of A1 A2, maybe A3 A4 got selected. Fine. And in 4C2, out of the remaining balls, maybe A1 A2 got selected. And the remaining 2 balls, A5 A6, they are acting as the separate groups. Fine. And now we need to arrange them in 4 factorial ways among the 4 boxes, right? Now if you see carefully, aren't these 2 cases same? Right? We are having the same groups. I hope that clarifies. Rakesh Kumar ji, any direct formula to avoid mistake? See Rakesh, there are so many formulae, and in my personal opinion, so many formulae are the cause of mistakes. Why? Because we put our brain aside while using formulae. That doesn't help. So the only way, the short way which you are asking to avoid mistakes is that only use formulae, but along with your intelligence, your brain. If you are not using intelligence, then you are certainly going to be cheated by these shortcuts, formulas and all things, right? So all this formulae can only help you when you use your intelligence as well, as I have just mentioned here. And when you use your intelligence, then you will always remember the critical points to be careful about. Okay? Okay, Ayushman ji is saying boxes are similar here. No, Ayushman, boxes is similar थोड़ी ना भैया, अलग-अलग है ना, B1, B2, B3, B4. That's why we are multiplying a 4 factorial. Boxes are not similar here. Ayushman, they are different boxes. That's why we are multiplying with 4 factorial. Na? I hope it is clear now. So let's calculate this part, and just we need to add these 2 cases. Let's count now. Let's count now. Ashish Bhardwaj is using some other formula here. Why you are using this one here, Ayushman? Ashish? Ashish, this is not correct to be used here. Again, same thing I answered to Rakesh. You know the formulae, but you are misusing them. You are misusing here, Ashish. Ashish, यहाँ पर ये use नहीं होगा because the thing which you are using there, that would be applicable only when n is identical. है ना? N identical things are to be distributed. It will not be used here. Yes, don't use it here. ओके आयुष्मान इज सेइंग समथिंग, फिर ऊपर वो दो अलग केसेस हुए एग्जैक्टली अरे अलग नहीं है बाबा, इनको अरेंज करना है ना 4 फैक्टोरियल वेज में। आयुष्मान ये तो जस्ट ग्रुप्स हैं, दे आर टू बी अरेंज इन 4 फैक्टोरियल वेज। अब आप इसको 4 फैक्टोरियल वेज में अरेंज करो या इसको 4 फैक्टोरियल वे में अरेंज करो, इजंट दैट सेम? डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड इन दिस। गॉट इट? गुड गुड। नंदन जी, in case 1 shouldn't we select single balls from 3 remaining balls because they are distinct, so 3C1. That's why Nandan, it is not necessary to write that. It is not necessary to write that 3C1, 2C1, that is not necessary to write that. Because agar aap likhoge, Nandan, as you are pointing it out, if you write here 3C1, then 2C1, then 1C1, right? If you write that, what is the problem? Then you again need to divide it by 3 factorial. Right? Because you are having you are having 3 groups of equal group size. So you need to divide by 3 factorial because there are 3 equal groups. 3 equal group size groups. 3 equal size groups, you can say, fine? So I avoided that. That's not required. ठीक है ना? So these are the ways of grouping, and then we are arranging them in 4 factorial ways. So this was the part here. And same way, this is the part here. Okay, now let's calculate this. How much is 63? So 63 is 6 factorial by 3 factorial. Let me write that. 6 factorial by 3 factorial. And we also have this 4 factorial here. So this 3 factorial will be cancelled, only 4 would be remaining. And let me simplify this. So 6, 5, 4, 3 factorial divided by this 3 factorial. And we also have this 4 here. This 3 factorial also got cancelled. So 6 5s are 30. 30 into 4 is 120. 120 into 4 is 480. This first part is 480. Okay, this is the answer to the first part. And the second part, let's calculate this one also. So 62, 42 divided by 2 factorial into 4 factorial. So 62 into 42, that comes out to be basically 6 factorial by 4 factorial, 2 factorial. Then 4 factorial by 2 factorial, and in denominator we have another 2 factorial, and in numerator we have this 4 more factorial. Okay, this is going to be again large term. Let me see. 4 factorial would get cancelled here, perfectly fine. Now I have this 2, 2, 2, 2, so that makes it 16, or let me write somewhere here. So I'm writing it here. So this part I'm writing here. So it says 6 factorial, that is 6 into 5 into 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, I have this 4 factorial ones here. That makes it 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. In denominator, we have this 2, 2, 2, 2 4 times. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Right? Because 2 factorial is 2 only. Fine. So no need to write 1 extra necessarily. So let me cancel. So 2 into 2, 4 I can cancel here. 2 into 2, 4 again I can cancel here. That's it. Okay? So let's multiply these remaining numbers to get the second part of the answer, and then we need to add them together. So what it is? 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 2, 12, 6 into 6 basically, it's 6 into 6, that is 36, 36 into 6 is 216, 216 into 5, that is 1080. Please correct me if I'm not, it's fine I guess. ठीक है ना? 6 into 6, 36, 36 into 6, 216, 216 into 5. Yes, fine. It's 1080. So 1080 plus 480, that comes out to be 1560. I remember somebody wrote this answer. So this is the right answer here. Fine. So we have counted it in the forward way. The reverse way could also be there, as I mentioned earlier. Somebody calculated that way. I think Ayushman ne calculate kiya tha. So you can calculate all the functions, then subtract those ones which are not on to. Right? But there was a scope of mistake. That's why I told you it's better to go in the forward manner here. Is that fine? Everyone understood? So we have understood the method of this grouping and distribution also. By the way, it is going to be covered in this PNC class as well. By the way, this function is closely related to the counting parts only, counting things. It is satisfying? Good. Ready for the next one? Everyone, please confirm me. Okay, moving further. I hope others are also still alive. भाग तो नहीं गए हो ना? हो यहीं पे सब good. Okay, Ashish. Let's move to the next question now. Okay, this is set theory now. Enough of functions. Now this is set theory question. It's a Venn diagram question. And I hope it should be a cake for all of you. Solve it and get the answer fast, please. And surely you are going to get certain questions of this kind, maybe exactly same question, who knows, in your actual CAT exam also. This will certainly be a satisfying session. Yes, answer please. That's an easier question. And it should be done by everyone. There could not be any excuse for this one. Okay, I've got one answer. Ayushman says 41. Fast, at least I need at least one more answer. Fast, please. Okay, Yuvraj says 52. So there are different answers. That's a clash. Please recheck, both of you. Please recheck. And others, you have got a chance now. Okay, see, it says each of the 74 students in a class studies at least one of the three subjects H, E, and P. So clearly it's a Venn diagram question. It's a three-set Venn diagram. By the way, I have Siddhant also saying 52. Okay, so two students are saying 52. And another different answer. 37, Tejaswini. Ayushman also has come to 52, but Tejaswini is saying 37 now. Let's check. So it's a three-set Venn diagram. H, E, and P are the three subjects. So let me draw it like this. So this circle denotes the number of students belonging to the subject H, and this is for E, and this is P. Maybe history, English, physics, or something maybe. Anyhow, so there are total 74 students. So I'm writing 74 here at the top. Okay, so this 74 denotes the entire sum of all the numbers within these three circles, because it clearly mentions that each student studies at least one of the three subjects. That means any student is not there. There is no student who is not part of any of these three subjects. Fine. So outside is 0 basically. Okay. So what for the 10 students study all three subjects. So all three, तो यही वाला part है, that is 10 exactly. Now, while 20 study H and E, but not P. So H and E, matlab ye complete, this portion should be H and E, but it says not P, तो matlab P को छोड़ना पड़ेगा. So this only part, this part is given as 20. Is that clear till this point? Perfectly. ठीक है ना? Okay, now I've got different answers more. Ashish is saying 47 and two more are saying 52. So Ashish and Tejaswini, they're writing 47, others are saying 52. Okay, let's see. So far it's fine. Next it says every student who studies P means the numbers in this circle, right? They also study H or E or both. That means जो P वाले students हैं, they study either H or E or both also. That means there is no student who is studying only P. Fine. So only P वाला तो एक भी नहीं है. That must be 0. So जो भी है यहाँ पे वो इसी में आने वाले हैं. Fine. So this is the given information so far. Further it says if the number of students studying H वाले total की बात कर रहा है, right? So total H वाले तो यही हुए 30 plus this number. I don't know how much it is, but 30 plus this number. This equals that studying E. E वाले कितने हैं? That is also 30 plus this number. And they are equals, it says. Right? They are equals. It means these numbers must be equal. Right? So let's say it is X, sum of these two. So sum of these two must also be X. So this E becomes X plus 30. And this H also becomes X plus 30. Only then they are going to be equal. Fine. So basically sum of these two numbers and sum of these two numbers, both values are equal. Right now I've used the term H for that. Okay, what is the question by the way? It says then the number of students studying H is. Okay, so basically I need to find out X plus 30. That's it. So we know this entire sum is 74. So X plus 30, this is 0 only, this is 0 only. So that is equal to 74. Let me write. So X plus this is also X and this is 30. This total is given equal to 74, which means 2x equals 44, x is 22, and I wanted to find the student studying H, that is x plus 30. So x plus 30 clearly comes out to be 52. That's the right answer. Yes, majority is right. Very nice. ठीक है? Yes, it is 52. And that's an easy question. That's not a difficult one. Fine. By the way, you could have taken the different alphabets here. That's no problem. That's okay. But point is that these two are equal to these two because this total is equal for both of these sets. Fine. Let's quickly move to the next question now. Do this one. It's again a set theory question. And many questions have been asked in CAT exactly like that. And who knows, you are going to get a similar question again. Yuvraj is saying 6:30 पे एक और session है. Okay, then just okay. Let's finish at least this question. Fine, Yuvraj. So let this be the last question of the session, as Yuvraj is having a concern of another session at 6:30. Fine, no issues, no issues. Fine. So this is the last question for all of you now for this session. Please do it fast. Fine, fine, no issues. By the way, before you leave, I would like to have your reviews for today's session, written review. After answering this question, of course. Yes, do it fast. Okay, Rakesh has given the answer. 95 is not in the option, Rakesh. 95 is not in the option. नहीं, कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहे हो भाई लोग. देविश्री also says 95. आयुष्मान ऑप्शन ना है. भैया ऑप्शन सही है, आप कुछ गड़बड़ किए हो. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the actual CAT previous question. No, if it's not exactly same, so it's based on that only. Okay, Tejaswini is writing 66. That is also not in the options. क्या कर रहे हो भाई? I understood that, Ayushman. Your answer is not there in the options. That's what you are saying. I understood that. But it's not correct. Options are correct. Question is good. Options are correct. And answer is one of the options only. That means, that clearly shows हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, पीछे छोड़ रहे हैं. भाइयों कैसी बातें कर रहे हो यार? You have just solved a 3-set Venn diagram question and this is just 2-set Venn diagram question. Adiraj, that is wrong. You have assumed something गड़बड़. Ayushman is now saying A. तुक्का मार रहे हो क्या Ayushman? Why you are saying A? By the way, you are not sure. It shows by the question mark. Nandan Rao says 96. Okay, let's see. Let's see it here. Yes, exactly, Ayushman. It's inequality. It's not exact. Yes, Yuvraj. Yes, that's the right answer. Okay, let's see. It says, if among 200 students, 105 like pizza and 134 like burger, then the number of students who like only burger can possibly be. So, of course, there are various values possible for the answer of this question. So, we need to answer among the options. So, among the options, which possibly can be the number of students who like only burger, right? Only burger. So basically it's only 2-set Venn diagram. Let's draw this quickly. So we are talking about pizza and burger. So this is pizza and this one is burger. And there are total 200 students. So let me write 200 here. Okay, there are total 200 students here. So somebody may be outside these two circles as well. So it says 105 like pizza. So this entire circle, that amounts to be 105. So I'm sure that you can't do this mistake कि 105 को यहाँ लिख दो. This is not 105. This entire circle is 105. Same way, burger it is 134. So this entire circle of this burger or B, that is 134. So that is the only numerical value we are having. Fine. This is the only numerical value. So now what to do? So let this be X. So this is going to be how much? 105 minus X. And this one, it becomes 134 minus X. And this total now becomes how much? This is 105. 105 plus 134 is 139 minus X. So outside it remains X minus 39. Fine. So this entire value adds up to 200. ठीक है ना? कुछ गड़बड़ किया मैंने शायद क्या? हाँ ठीक तो है ना? सही है fine. This total was 239 minus X. So this must be X minus 39 outside. Is that fine? Now, who says X is 39? Tejaswini, ऐसे कैसे मान लियो यार? No. X is not 39. Who said X is 39? ये इसने कब बोला कि everyone likes at least one of them? No, it is not given. Why are you assuming that? That's a wrong assumption. So now what about X? So I know that X cannot be less than 39. So that is the minimum possible value of X. X is going to be greater than or equal to 39. Is that fine? It is not confirmed कि X 39 ही है. No. So X has to be at least 39. X cannot be less than 39 because this number cannot be negative. Fine. What next? So the next part is that calculate किया है, गलत calculate किया है. कौन calculate किया है? Check it here. Yes, it does not say. There can be students who don't like any exactly Tejaswini. Yes. So that is X minus 39. Na? So why you are putting it 0? It is not 0. Let's see further. So this was the lower limit on X. What is the upper limit on X? Can you tell me from this? What is the upper limit on X? The upper limit on X is this 105. X cannot be more than 105. At most, it can be equal to 105. So the upper limit here is, so X must be less than or equal to 105 because this number cannot be negative. Is that fine? Is that clear? So that was the only thing. That was the only thing. Now question is asking about the only burger part. Only burger part is 134 minus X. ठीक है ना? This only burger part is 134 minus X. So let's check this out. So this only burger part, I need to see this. So अगर मुझे इसको minimize करना, I want to reduce this value. X should be large, and the largest possible value of X is 105. So when I put X as 105, so 134 minus 105 becomes 29. So this only burger has to be 29 or more than that, right? And what would be it's a maximum value here? So when x becomes minimized, so when x is 39, it becomes 134 minus 39, that is 95. So this only burger has to be less than equal to 95. तो ये 95 से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता, 29 से कम नहीं हो सकता. Let's check the options. Can it be 26? No, because 29 से कम नहीं हो सकता, तो this is not possible. 23? No, not possible to be less than 29. 96? No, because maximum possible value is 95, so 96 is also not possible. So 93, yes, yes. ठीक है? So that's it. So before you leave, I would like to have your honest reviews, your experience for today's session. Any suggestion, any comments, anything, and that's it. I hope it is clear for everyone now. Lesson learned, check all the cases. Good, good. That's a good thing. So that has been always my objective, and it should be, I hope it is the objective of every teacher, that you must have learned something from the session that makes the session successful, fruitful. शिवाय आप कष्ट हरता हो. अरे वो क्या होता है भाई? By the way, it's a good thing, by the way. If I am able to relieve any of your miseries, that's a good thing. ऐसे ही और सेशन चाहिए. हाँ, that's a very nice comment, Ayushman. Please, you can, if you want more such sessions, you can recommend to our iQuanta team. So our admin team, the counselors, and Dipanshu, Jainam, and Indrajit, you can check them. Okay, insightful session, good. 1 to 1 तो समझ गया. Good, राकेश. On 2 के लिए कोई वीडियो सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगे सर? अरे मैं समझाया, अच्छा नहीं समझाया क्या राकेश जी? जैसे मैं 1-1 समझाया था वैसे ही on 2 समझाया. On 2 का मतलब था completely cover कर लेना. That's was the only thing. And I gave an example of that box and ball. Remember Rakesh? I gave you an analogy of box and balls. So on 2 मतलब no box is going to remain empty. Simple thing. By the way, for solving questions, yes, you should refer to certain more questions, and you can see the previous CAT questions. You will find good questions there. Tejaswini, amazing session. Thank you. Choice of questions was good. Yes, they were good questions. Exactly. So all credit for our team, our content team there. I have no credit for that. I also really like that. I completely agree with your statement, Tejaswini. Sahil, thank you, ji. Rakesh, on to thoda tough laga. Tough to nahi, but Rakesh, yes, you need to think in a different ways. And by the way, don't worry, this will be also covered in that PNC session as well, because in this is about counting only, and PNC is the root of that counting. So you are going to have another session on PNC. I guess it is tomorrow only. I show you the session schedule earlier. So I hope you will be getting more practice. Don't worry. Nandan, is the function part all there is to learn, or there are more to function? That's it. On-to function and one-one function. These are the only two types of functions. Beside that, the basic function, which have been asked repeatedly in CAT in previous decades, at least 2 decades. ठीक है ना? So that is the only thing. Nothing else. Nothing else. And by the way, this is also not very frequently being asked. So, but it has been asked nowadays. That's why we include this part. And nothing else. Nothing else. Other things you must have done in your algebra part. Algebra is covered, na? Algebra ho chuka aap logon ka. Okay. Anything else? Devishri got stuck with functions a bit, but we'll try more questions. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Fine. Thank you, everyone. So we shall end for the day. Thank you very much for your presence. I certainly am very grateful to all of you for being here and participating very enthusiastically. Fine. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So I'm ending this live stream now.